Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. And so, Mary's going to start with the weather and water, and after, we'll do some trail chatter.
All right. Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Right now in Blairsville, it's 56 degrees and clear. We're going to have a high of 77 today, partly to mostly cloudy. And then tonight, 51 degrees, mostly cloudy early, and then partly cloudy after midnight. Winds will be light and variable today and tonight. And then up on Blood Mountain today, 69 for a high, partly sunny with 5 mile per hour winds. And then tonight, 54, mostly cloudy, 5 mile per hour winds again. Water's good on the trail for the most part. Make sure you're topping off at Hawk Mountain Shelter. As you hike north, you don't have another water supply until you make Justice Creek, which is 6.2 miles north of Hawk. And then get water at Slaughter Creek. It is your last chance for water before you climb Blood Mountain. Fill up at Neil Gap. You have from Neil to Hog Pen where it is dry. And then Hog Pen Gap does have water, so follow that blue blaze all the way down. Should be good with water from there on out all the way to Fontana. All right, make sure you're watching for snakes on the trail. There's copperhead nest up on or under the boulders on Cow Rock, and also watch for the rattlesnakes. I also want to mention today too that I'm going to be going up by Yellow Creek to pick up some riders up near Fontana. I'm going to double check the water with them because it has been about a week since I talked to the last rider, even though I believe it's good. We've had some rain. All right, roads up in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. They have the ongoing repairs on US 441 Newfound Gap Road on the Tennessee side from Sugarlands to Newfound Gap. And then the North Carolina side is open from Cherokee to Newfound Gap. They do project it's going to reopen on the Tennessee side on or before September 30th. And then the Bears, Great Smoky Mountain National Park, closed is Kephart Prong and Icewater Springs shelters. Icewater Springs is on the Appalachian Trail. Kephart Prong is not. And then campsites 23, 96, 49, 83, and 84. All the trails are open. Warnings are Charlie's Bunyan, Trillium Gap Trail, Ramsey Cascades Trail, Bradley Fork Trail, Dry Sluice Gap, Kephart Prong Trail, Russell Field Shelter, and then campsite 113. And let's remember leaving a trace no matter where you are. If we pack it in, let's pack it out, and let's properly store our food and other items that have odor to them. That way we're all safer out there. Donald, I'm going to turn it over to you now for some other things that are going on.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, good morning, guys. It's Donald. And it is 4:39 a.m., 8/28 of 2025. All right, let's see what Mary found for us this morning. So we have a New Hampshire rescue. A rescue team assisted a Massachusetts man off of Mount Washington Tuesday after he experienced a medical event. New Hampshire Fish and Game conservation officers were notified around 4:30 p.m. that Tyler Veruet, 29 years old, of Carver, Massachusetts, stopped while hiking with a group and could not move due to an unknown medical event. One person in the group was an EMT and relayed information to the officers. The EMT was advised to help Veruet get up and guide him along the Alpine Garden Trail to the Mount Washington Auto Road. State Park staff learned of the incident and left with extra clothing and medical supplies shortly after 5:30 p.m. I was wondering about that. So temps were around 40 degrees, which felt even colder due to wind and light rain. So yesterday it was 50 degrees here.
Mm-hmm.
This morning it was cool too, man.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
It is. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely cooling off. So I bet up north it's definitely colder.
That's right.
Or equally as cold. So staff made contact with Ruet and his group at 5:48 p.m. when he was assessed and helped to the Mount Washington Auto Road. Once on the road, a conservation officer brought the group down to the base of the mountain. Veruet was checked out by Gorham and ambulance personnel and requested he be transported to the hospital by personnel vehicle. So we have another New Hampshire rescue in Albany, New Hampshire, at 3:32 p.m. Wednesday. August 26th, New Hampshire Fish and Game officers received a call for a hiker experiencing a medical emergency approximately 1.4 miles in on the Boulder Loop Trail in Albany. Christina Reams, 33 of Bridgeton, Maine, was hiking Boulder Loop with a partner when she started experiencing a medical emergency that made it possible to continue under her own power. New Hampshire Fish and Game, Conway Fire and Rescue, U.S. Forest Service, SAR, and Action Ambulance responded to the call. At approximately 4:15 p.m., rescuers made contact with Reams and were able to treat her and carry her out to a waiting ambulance at 5:48 p.m. Reams was transported to the Memorial Hospital in Conway for further evaluation. Interesting, man. I'm glad that everyone was able to get off the mountain safely.
Definitely.
And so this is a Leave No Trace, another article here. So a hiker took to Reddit to share infuriating images of a disturbing scene they found while trekking through the woods. The thread posted to the subreddit hiking. The thread posted to the subreddit r/hiking, and it shows a carelessly abandoned campsite with litter strewn around the woods. The disgusted original poster said, "This stuff drives me crazy. I hate when people do this. I took all the garbage I could and contacted our local game wildlife rangers about the makeshift tent. We have to do better than leave the garbage out in nature." In response to the comment, the poster added, "It was one of the worst I've seen on my hikes yet. Such antisocial behavior is unfortunately all too common. It only creates an eyesore for other visitors, but it also takes a toll on wildlife. Animals get caught up in packaging while others are poisoned by the plastic. It's precisely why National Park Service urges visitors to practice the principles of leave no trace. Those who leave nature as they found it are taking local action to ensure that wildlife and future generations will continue to enjoy natural gifts for the years to come. It's a simple message that can and should be shared with other loved ones." Commenters were were as agitated by the scene as the original poster. Seriously, this stuff just is disgusting, one said. Another pointed out the measures they take before they go on an excursion, and while they are in the wilderness, they clean up litter. Always took a few empty bags when camping, fishing, or hiking. I'd pick up a little as I went. Always leave it better than you found it. "It's the rules," someone else bluntly insisted. "Leave no trace can be applied to a lot of different levels, and every biome is different. But you definitely need to pick up your effing trash." So they show a picture, and it's like this blue tarp tent, and I can see water bottles set up here. It looks like that was a little fire pit, maybe. And we got a trash bag here. I'm gonna say that this was probably a homeless person,
It looks like a homeless camp.
and I'm also gonna say that they may even still be living there.
Could be.
It looks like there's a house right there or something. You see that?
It sure does.
Yeah, it may even be a hunting blind or something, but it seems like it may not be. I don't know. You got a saw there. I don't know what that is. It looks like
It looks like
a can of gas or
I
maybe
don't know. I can't.
a
really
food
tell.
jar, maybe like
It looks like a little. To me, it looks like a little yogurt container.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a jelly container. Because it's got like the Smucker's kind of top. I don't remember. We don't buy that shit. Do we buy that? Yeah, it does have like a plaid top or something, doesn't it?
Looks like a little Chobani container or something. You know, the small single serves.
So either way, I mean, the person, it's next to his fire pit. He's got a little garbage thing here, man. He's got his saw right there. I'm gonna say that someone possibly lives out here. It could be kids. you just never know.
That's true.
And we don't know where this dude's hiking either. So, you know, it could be like a local, it could be just a road that people hike up, or, you know what I mean? Someone's backyard. Like, I'm from Maine, and if you walk down the dirt roads there, you end up walking you could walk from Hollowell to Augusta through the woods, and it was all old roads and stuff that they used way back in the day, man. And, we used to walk all that stuff, ride our dirt bikes and whatever, man. But they were all through where I lived in Hollowell, Maine. So, and it's not the only place. I mean, everywhere you went up there, man, it's different. Like down here, it isn't quite like that where I live, anyways. And so, in Maine, you could hop on a four-wheeler and ride forever on dirt roads and four-wheeler trails, and there's a snowmobile trail. I can't remember what it's called anymore, man. But it definitely went everywhere. You could go everywhere up there. Down here, you can't do that. You have to like put your wheeler on a vehicle or truck or something or trailer and drive it to a park, man. If you drive across someone's land here, they're probably gonna shoot you. There isn't really a lot of open space here, like wild areas. There's small areas, man, but there's always a road or a house somewhere, man. And so, and that's up here where I am at. I'm not saying it's everywhere, but it kind of is, man. But where I'm from, man, it's real wild country when you get up into the northern parts of Maine or up above the central parts of Maine. So I haven't been there in 15 years either, man. So, or something like that. Yeah, so it may have changed a little bit. I know Hollowell's changed a little bit, man. All the cow pastures and stuff that I used to play in, man, are all houses and buildings and schools now. So things are growing there too, man. Anyways, I want to say that this looks sort of like a homeless encampment or some kids maybe playing. It doesn't look like a trashed area, but there's definitely garbage there that's organized garbage. Maybe they just don't know what's up with the
Right.
wildlife and stuff, man. You just never know.
That's true.
Maybe they're hiding in the woods or something, man, or out picking mushrooms to eat, or who knows, man. You know what I mean? But definitely Leave No Trace is is something I back completely. And you know, people need to pick up. That's all there is to it. At least pull your garbage out of the woods, man. You know what I mean? If you're going to leave your little makeshift tent there because you're going back to it all the time, or some kids are, they need to pick their garbage up at least and run it to their house or whatever and throw it
That's
away.
right.
Yeah, we used to build stuff like this out in the woods when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, out back. Yeah, definitely, dude. All kinds of stuff. So, anyways, man, I hate seeing trash out there. Either way, man, I just wanted to read that article, man, because I found it interesting. Because there is kind of like, you know, people do live around these trails, and there are kids, man, that go out and set up little tents and their little hideouts and stuff, man. And that's kind of what that looked like to me, anyways. So
It was very, I would say it's kind of a neat spot. You know, it's not,
Well,
other
like
than the
you
trash that's in there where you would make a fire, it's not cluttered or anything.
yeah, it doesn't even look like the fire pit's been, and it's not a ring fire. It's kind of just like a, you know, a couple stones on the sides with a back, and so there's an open area in front right here.
That's
So
true.
I don't know, man. It is what it is. We got to do our best for Leave No Trace, though,
That's
man.
right.
All right, and so that's about all we have today. And so you're heading up to.
I'm heading out to Clarksville. I'm going to get somebody over to Springer.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
I'm going up to Yellow Creek,
That-
up by Fontana, going up to Wyatt after that.
So the Clarksville kid is actually going to Springer. He's actually from Florida, and he owns a organic farm, man. And so yeah, I talked to him a few times. But he's going to Springer today, man, and then he'll hike up the Dix Creek where we'll pick him up.
Yep.
Somewhere in that area. It's kind of wherever he ends up, really. And then we're going to bring him back to the airport.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, he's gonna enjoy a couple days out here and see the sights.
yeah, sweet, man.
It's a great time for hiking.
Yeah, definitely. He was a pretty cool cat, too, man, you know?
He's been very pleasant every time I've spoken with him. Really, he's really excited about getting out there today and doing some hiking.
All right, sweet. All right, and so, we are good here, man. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Did we pick him up at the airport?
Yeah, Jordan brought him up. He was like
Okay,
a 10
that's what
p.m. pickup at Atlanta
Oh,
Airport.
that
Jordan
was the
got him up
10
to
p.m.
Clarksville. Yes.
Okay, sweet. I was just going to say, man, I know that because this guy actually called me. He ordered a couple rides. Then he called me back like a couple days later and wanted to add to the ride because he didn't want to drive up here. He wanted to fly up, get picked up at the airport, brought to his hotel in Clarksville, and then get a ride over to Springer Mountain, and then be picked up and brought back to the airport.
Yep.
Yeah, really cool cat, man. So, all right, and so then we have a Yellow Creek that's up above NOC, and after that we'll be good for the day, man. Jordan's gonna be up at the mountain crossings. I'll be here answering the phones, man. We have a lot of calls coming in.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, definitely, man. Plus future schedulings and stuff, man. And then I got a bunch of people that are calling later and that I've been speaking to for a few weeks. Sometimes people call and then they want to plan stuff out with you and ask you questions, and then they'll call you back in a week, man. And after they've talked to their other hiking buddies and stuff, man, and gotten everything all into order, man, and then they'll call us back and then they'll schedule and pay and make, do everything that we need to do to get them locked in. So sometimes you just have to wait, and they call and you got to talk to them, and it's fun. I enjoy doing it.
It is.
Yeah, definitely, man.
It's definitely fun when people get out here and achieve what they're looking to do, and they have a great time. I love picking them up at the end of their hike, and they're like, "Oh, it was so fun! It was wonderful. We did this. We saw that." They're really excited. So, yeah, it's a good time out here, and the temperatures are getting great too.
All right.
I expect more heat come October because we always seem to get that, but right now it's good hiking weather.
Hell yeah, it is
Really
too.
nice out.
Most definitely, bro. All right. So, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, I'm good.
All right, kids, man. If anyone needs anything at all, give Mary and I a call. We're here for you, man. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, man. One love. Thank you. Peace.